Hi, and welcome to Week 4's lecture. This week you're learning about aquatic environments, oceans, lakes, rivers, and one of the things that we're going to look at that connects all of these together is what's called a watershed. Now, a watershed is an area of land that drains into a particular basin. So if I have an area here and the water falls down, every drop of rain that falls on this side, the water is going to drain into that basin. Every drop of water that falls on this side is going to drain into this basin. So drainage basins and watersheds are the same. Well, what happens is if you have a basin here and it has rivers and it has ponds and it eventually goes into the ocean, everything that you put in here, fertilizer, pollutants, it's going to affect the entire watershed area. This will affect lakes, it will affect wildlife, people, agriculture. So looking at a watershed environment is very important. These watersheds can be just a few miles, or it can be thousands of square miles, like the Mississippi watershed is the entire center of the country. There are two types of streams that flow into them. There are perennial streams, which flow year-round, and then there are ephemeral streams. And ephemeral streams can be from things like snowmelt, which will come down and then it'll dry up, or it can be in arid areas where you generally don't have rain, but when you do, the water flows through these ephemeral streams. There are two types of pollution that we look at in watersheds. The first is called point source solution, and point source sounds just like it is. There's a place where you can point out where the pollution is coming from. So if I have a paper mill plant and it's along a river and the paper mill is discharging pollutants into the water, I can say this is where it's coming from. More common is non-point source pollution. And this is an area where you may have a river and you may have farms along one side, you may have construction along the other, and all of those pollutants are going into the river. They're more diffuse, and so you can't point out one particular thing. This is going to be a key through the rest of the course, is where is the pollution coming from? Is it from a specific site, or is it coming from multiple sites? And how you deal with those has to be different. Eventually, when you have these watersheds, all of this flows into the ocean, so it affects the entire water system, surface water system that we have.